What's up guys, welcome back to another Battleborn video. As you know, Battleborn just came out yesterday and I hope you guys are playing it and having a ton of fun. There is something important on the PvP side of the game that I want y'all to know and I want y'all to understand though, and that's the importance of Miko. Now in case you don't know who Miko is, he's the big mushroom head character and he's a full-on support healer class. Now why is he so important? Well, it has a lot to do with his style of game. A healer is always a huge asset to any team in any MOBA style game. In games like Destiny or COD, not so much because the health pools for characters are so small and the games go by so fast, but in these MOBA style games, healers help to minimize the time you and your teammates have to spend outside of the fight and off the field. Doing things like recalling and dying both take you out of the fight for a pretty extensive amount of time, and during that time your team is at a disadvantage. The enemy has greater numbers during this time and it's easier for them to pressure and push in on your team. So if you have a dedicated healer like Miko, you can prevent all that from happening pretty much. When teammates are weak, they can fall back to Miko to make sure they get healed up so they get right back into the fight. As long as they aren't pushing into certain depth, they can always make sure they're always on the field with the help of Miko. Now let's say two teams are going at it and one has a Miko but the other doesn't. The one without the Miko is going to have a much harder time because they'll be stuck having to recall in order to heal up and avoid death. And even though recalling isn't as punishing as dying can be, it's still time spent off the field. I easily see Miko being a staple on any serious team, and it'll be essential to any successful team comp as well. Now there is Ambra who can also heal, but unlike Miko, she isn't really a dedicated healer. She's much more versatile with how she can be played, and because of that, her healing potential is much lower than Miko's. Don't get me wrong, you can set up her sunspots to do some pretty solid healing, but when sizing it up against Miko, there's really no comparison here. If you have an Ambra and a Miko, more power to you, but an Ambra without a Miko will probably mean you're gonna have a bad time. Now, I mentioned successful team comps earlier, and I need more time to really figure out what those comps are, but I promise you they're always gonna have a Miko on them. One thing I found very successful during the beta was having a Miko and a Galilea on the same team. A Miko that's consistently healing Galilea is a really scary thing to face and it's very, very effective. The only thing is Galilea likes to get into the fight, so Miko will have to stay closer to make sure that Galilea is always healed up. Miko is a character best played behind or within your whole team though, because if Miko gets stuck in a one-on-one fight, he's probably going to lose, and if he goes down, then the whole team could fall apart without him. So if you do run the Miko and Galilea combo, your team really needs to be on top of staying around Miko so he can be protected. People will always target the Miko, and if you see an enemy Miko, you should be doing that as well. Now, I did just touch on how to play Miko a bit there. You want to stay back and play behind or within your team all the time. Be passive, be safe, make sure you're never put into the position where you have to be away from your teammates. When a team is used to having a healer, they're going to depend on that healer. Miko isn't the kind of character who's going to go around slaying anyway. You don't want to be fighting anybody one-on-one at all unless they're low and you know for a fact you'll win. Miko can clean up kills very well. His kunai gets quick lingering damage on targets, and if they have around a bar of health left, his spore bomb can pretty much always clean up the kill from that range of health. Now, as far as how you want to run Miko, I really don't want to give you guys anything solid or concrete yet because I'd like to take some more time with him to make sure I know exactly what I'm talking about here, but I can give a few recommendations based on what I've played so far. Now, as far as your loadout, you'll probably want things that affect stuff like cooldown speed, max health, and movement speed, mainly because you want to get out of the fight as fast as possible so you can make sure you stay alive, and since people will always target you, it's good to have faster strafe speed so you can heal your teammates while dodging enemy fire. Of course, Miko's legendary gear will work great, they're made for him after all. Now, what you don't want is stuff that boosts his offensive capabilities, because that's just not how you want to play him, and that goes for his helix as well. Again, I'd like to take some more time to make sure I'm recommending what I really feel is best, so I won't be giving a full helix build here. Just focus on stuff that helps support your team, and ignore stuff like the increased reload speed or attack speed skills he has. The only thing you really want to run that benefits you over benefiting your team is heal thyself over regenerative aura, because healing yourself while healing others is way too good to pass up on, and you're going to want to keep yourself on the field as much as you're going to want to keep your allies on the field. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say on that. Again, I will probably focus more on builds and stuff like that once I've had more time to play, so look out for that in the future. I can't really give a time window on when, but trust me, it will come. That's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye!